Hey champions, this is Arian Tyson out of St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm just coming back at you to shoot a quick video on this Monday here in the STL. It's supposed to rain most of the day, but I'm thankful that the sun is out, the sun is shining, and I'm just leaving the gym after getting a good workout in. I did a strength training routine, and it was something that I really needed to get done because I think I had too much fun over the weekend. So at least that way my work week is starting off the way it should. It's starting off on a productive note. But I want to talk to you about something that was interesting yesterday, and I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to become a person of value. And let me preface my comments. I was on the phone. I had a conversation with a business partner of mine, and got to talking about something really interesting. I'm not sure if, as you are watching this, I'm not sure if you may or may not have seen a movie that came out about a year or two ago, entitled Think Like a Man. And it was based on a movie. It was based on a book that was written by Steve Harvey entitled Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. And so in this book, there are like different types of women, and there are different types of men. And so the person that I was having the conversation with is a woman who is college, degree, went to school and graduated, so on and so forth. And we got into this conversation, and normally when guys come across women who are graduates, there's like a level of intimidation that sets in. And so so I had something to say about that, because the way I see it, I'm not intimidated by anybody, because of the fact of I know what I can bring to the table. Whether it's there are areas where I flourish at, and then there are areas where I need some improvement. But that's everybody. Everybody has strong points and everybody has weak points. A lot of people just don't acknowledge their strong points, and they don't make adjustments to get better, in the places where they're weak. And so got into this interesting conversation, and I'm saying to myself, well, the reason that I'm not intimidated by anyone is because at the same token, if I want it bad enough, I know I can go get it. I know I can get it. I know I can go get it. But everybody is not meant to have everything. And a lot of times people get caught up in trying to keep up with everybody else. They get caught up in, trying to live for the approval of others. Now, when it comes to living for the approval of others, that is something that I struggled with for most of my life. And what was crazy, what was ridiculous about it was the fact that I didn't even know it. I didn't realize it until I was in my 20s. So I really feel like I'm a late bloomer, but I have bloomed nevertheless. And so I would rather be a late bloomer than to never bloom at all. And I want to encourage you to be a person of value. Why? Because you have something of value to bring to the table. You have something that the world needs. You have something that will benefit someone. There's someone looking for something that you have that only you can bring to the table. You know, and I've often said that there is power in your story. And nobody can tell your story better than you. So don't be ashamed to tell your story. You know, but speak your story boldly. Speak your story with conviction. And when it's all said and done, you will be able to touch someone's life. You know, and if you're able to touch somebody's life, then your living has not been in vain. You know, because you may have been able to give someone the strength and the encouragement to go on. You know, well, you know, I may have been thinking about speaking in front of a large audience, you know, but I was afraid to overcome my fear of public speaking. So what will happen? You get across someone, you get around someone who has been in your shoes. You get around someone who could tell you, hey, bro, or hey, sis, I know how you feel. I know that, you know, it's a challenge, you know, but the only way that you're going to overcome that challenge, you're going to have to face your fears. And like I like to say, you got to punch fear in the face. Whether it's a right hand, you know, whether it's uppercut, whether it's, you know, a right hook, left cross, uppercut, sucker punch, it don't matter. You got to be able to do it. You got to be willing to do it and be able to do it. Because otherwise it's going to consume you. And you're going to rob yourself of the blessings that are waiting in store for you. For the relationships that could foster and develop because of the fact that you made a decision to tell your story. Or if you're someone that wants to start a business, but yet you have no idea how to get started. Well, as I've stated in a previous video, don't worry about the why. The why, don't worry about not the why, don't worry about the how. You know, worry about the why. Like, because if you don't have a why for what you're doing, then, you know, basically you're just doing it to just be doing it. And there has to be a reason to everything that we do. There has to be. And so, you know, don't focus on the how. Because once you speak it into the atmosphere, and once you make a decision and stand on your decision to do something that is going to benefit not only you, but benefit, you know, those who are willing to listen, then the universe will conspire in your favor to send people in your life that will not only benefit you, but that will help you get to the place where you're supposed to be. And how do I know that? How can I say that with such assurance? Because it's what's happened to me. So for those of you who know that you need to step out on faith, you know, but you know, it can be scary, you know, but you're so caught up in wanting it to be right. You have to have a ready mentality, and you have to be willing to take some shots. You have to be willing to fire and then make adjustments after you've made a decision. But you got to make a decision. And too many people spend time, you know, focusing on it, you know, getting it right the first time. And you got to reprogram your thinking. You got to let go of that thinking. Because otherwise you'll keep yourself bound and you'll never move into action. So I challenge you to move into action. I challenge you to take massive action. And if you're someone that wants to benefit from being around the right people, benefit from learning from those who have paved the way for you to become successful, then I challenge you to reach out to me. I challenge you to connect with me. I challenge you to lock arms with me. If you have not done so, subscribe to this YouTube channel. And just realize that you are not in this alone, but you have to be the one to make a decision. Nobody can make a decision for you. You know, this is not it's not a job. You know, this is a potential lifestyle change. You know, but it's how bad do you want it? And so I'm going to wrap this up, but I challenge you to click the link below this video and lock arms with me and our, lock arms with our team, because you have something of value. And you have, there are people that you could talk to that I might not be able to talk to. I might not be able to reach. Why? Because I have not been in their shoes. So they can benefit from you because you've been able to walk in their shoes. That's why I've learned that you can't, try to reach or save everybody or quote unquote sell to everybody. Because when you try to sell to everybody, you're selling to nobody. So step out on faith, do what you need to do. Click the link below, make a decision, and we'll see you on the other side. Peace.